Insert funny cold open.
It's 2025 and we are back for another full year of Vision Forward Tech Connect. First video of the year, Cory. How are you feeling?
I am feeling alive. I'm feeling good. I'm recharged.
Nice.
Let's do this. I like that you said that we're here for a whole nother year. We don't know that.
I'm assuming.
Well, that's good. I like that. Let's think positively.
Exactly. And as you can tell from the cold open to this video, we are just on full of fighting form, full of ideas for 2025. Yeah. So it should be a good year. So we thought in this video we would cover Ally again. Now we did cover it at the end of last year, Cory. Ooh, seems like a long time ago now. And we took a look at it on the PC, but now we're going to take a look at the Ally app on the iPhone.
Yeah, I think we kind of made a funny video, a little wrap up, and we are using Envision's Ally. But now we're going to actually show it on an iPhone and give some real world experiences on how it could be helpful. A little bit more helpful than our last video.
Let's hope so, yes. And Cory, before we get into it, I would like you to point at the iPhone that you are going to use in this video.
Yes, right here.
Okay, now can you point how you would normally point?
All right, usually I point with my pinky, a little more casual. Put it down in the comment box, and you probably haven't even thought about it. What finger do you use to point? Every video this year, we will ask you a random question in the intro.
Okay.
Today's, what finger do you point
So we're gonna start a new hashtag, Pinky Pointer 25.
Oh, there you go.
All right, let's get into it.
Envision Ally is currently in beta. We showed it on the computer, as we mentioned before, and today we are showing it specifically as an iPhone app. We do have access to the beta, and so we'll share that with you today. But because it's in beta, you have to remember that obviously things are going to be different by the time you actually get access to it. They're constantly changing. Even within the beta cycle, they're continuously adding new things.
And I think, Cory, we were watching a video earlier on today about the features of this, and some of the features that they were highlighting are not actually in it as of yet, such as calendar integration. So that's stuff that's going to come down the road, I assume.
Yeah, and I've also heard a bird whisper. Does a bird whisper? Bird chirp? Okay. I've also heard a bird whisper that it is free today during beta, but when it launches, there may be a cost. Now, that obviously can change, but just be aware of that. Be aware of when it actually launches. Check all that stuff out before you use it. But one of the things that I think Envision Ally has going for it that some of the other apps don't is the ability to give it information not only about yourself and your preferences, but also the ability to create and personalize the assistant to really fit your needs, making it your personal assistant.
Yeah, and we were talking earlier, Cory, about the older Envision Ally, which was now is called Envision Companion, which would connect you to a family or a family member or a friend, and they would be able to help you out by seeing through your device's camera. This is kind of the same idea, but it's not a real person. However, it almost is a real person. It has a personality. It has a particular name, a particular voice. It has, certain kind of like quirks that you can give it, basically. So it's almost like talking to a real person and getting assistance, but it's not actually a real person.
Which I think is really cool. I'm a big fan of these kind of apps like BeMyEyes, especially around the BeMyAI feature and the Envision Ally. I like to not bother people. You know, I think everybody needs help in life, but especially if you have a visual impairment, there's times when you need to ask assistance. So if I can get the answer and get something done that I need to get done without bothering a human, even if that is a volunteer, I think that's great.
That's weird, because I feel like you're always bothering me.
I totally feel feelings mutual. I bother myself all the time. So that's what's cool about Envision Ally. And today we'll be doing two different demonstrations. And in both of those demonstrations, we will use two different personalities so you can see kind of what that's like.
Yes.
I'm not going to actually go in and create the new Ally or the new personality, but I wanted to quickly let you know that on the main screen, if you tap on Preferences and then you tap on About Ally, in there you can either choose from some predefined ones, and they give you a little description, quirky and fun or calm. But then you can also tap the Add New Personality button, and within that, you can actually really create your own. So today I created one called Nigel.
Nice.
And Nigel is friendly, but he is quick to the point. Yes. I want my information right away. I don't want a lot of flowery language or a lot of stuff that just doesn't pertain to me. And so those will be the two today. One will be Lee, who is more funny and gives you way more quirky answers. And then Nigel, the one that I created.
All right, Cory, let's stop talking about it. Let's do it.
All right.
Okay, so for our first test, we are going to be trying the Envision Ally out with identifying a kitchen product and then making something from it. So the point is, Cory, that we might be in the kitchen and maybe we're baking. Not me, I don't bake, but let's say that we were and we wanted to bake, and we've got stuff flying all over the place. We've got flour flying around, we've got eggs flying around, we've got chocolate sauce, we've got oil, we've got vinegar, we've got
wait.
People use.
A lot of those things sounded like they went together until you said vinegar.
Yeah,
no wonder you don't cook.
We've got sugar, everything, and it's all over our hands, right?
Okay.
We need to talk to our AI assistant, but also we don't want to have to touch our phone screen. Okay, so luckily for us, Envision Ally has hands-free talking to it, and so we can talk to it without having to touch the screen, although we do have to initiate the conversation by touching the screen. But after that, hands-free, we can ask it questions and hopefully get some good tips. Now for this test, Cory, we will be using the voice, the personality Lee.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about Lee, Cory.
Lee is quirky. Okay. She's funny.
Okay.
And very personable.
Okay, so we should hear that in the personality of the voice as it gives our answers to us. All right, Cory, do you want to take it away here?
Yeah, so I've got a stand here in front of me. So if you're using it in the kitchen, you're going to want to probably put it on some kind of stand because you want the rear camera facing towards you. And so you want something to at least prop it up.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead, we've got the Ally app open. I'm gonna tap the Talk to Lee button. That's gonna get us going live. Once I do that, then I'll put it in the stand and we'll see if Lee can help us here in the kitchen.
Button. End conversation. Button.
Hey there, it's a beautiful day to chat. What's on your mind?
What product is this?
Let me take a look. This is a box of soft-to-silk cake flour, perfect for when you want to bake something soft and fluffy. Are you getting ready to bake something delicious?
I don't know, what kind of things can I make with this flour?
Soft-to-silk cake flour is terrific for all things delightfully light and delicious. You can whip up anything from classic birthday cakes to airy, cloud-like angel food cakes. It's ideal for cupcakes that melt in your mouth, or even a tender pound cake. If you're feeling a bit adventurous, you might want to try your hand at making fluffy pancakes for breakfast. With your love of creativity,
Lee,
endless enthusiasm,
can you tell me how much a
baking
pound cake weighs?
The weight of a round cake can vary based on its size, ingredients, and any frostings or fillings you use.
Lee,
Standard 9-inch.
tell me how to make a pound cake.
Making a pound cake is a fun adventure. Here's a simple and cheerful recipe just for you. Ingredients: 1 cup of unsalted butter, softened, 2 cups of granulated sugar, 4 large eggs, 3 cups of soft-to-silk cake flour, 1½ teaspoon of baking powder, 1½ teaspoon of salt,
Lee,
1 cup of...
how much eggs did I need?
For a delightful pound cake, you'll need 4 large eggs. Eggs add richness and structure, creating that perfect buttery crumb. Let's get cracking
Lee.
and make a sweet symphony in the kitchen.
Can you make it for me?
I wish I could join you in the kitchen and whip up that pound cake together, but I'm here to cheer you on every step of the way. You're going to do amazing, and I promise it will be a delightful treat. If you have any other questions or need some encouragement, just let me know.
So we just saw how Lee performed in the kitchen there, helping us to make a cake. And she certainly was very personable. Cory, I think you had a nice chat with her.
Yeah, I think this is one of the kind of cool things about choosing different personalities. I think it depends on the task.
Yeah.
Like a cooking one, more creative, having kind of a fun vibe like that, it does make it a little bit better.
Yeah.
I obviously identified the product, no problem.
Yes.
And then it was kind of cool to take it from there to next steps. What kind of cakes, what is this specific cake. Obviously, it misheard me when I said how much did it doesn't understand my jokes.
Yeah, you were trying to make it laugh and you failed miserably.
Yeah. But the recipe was cool.
Yes.
You know,
quick question, Cory.
Yeah.
In England, how much does it cost to buy all the ingredients for a pound cake?
Probably about 1.5 pounds. 1 pound, 16 quid.
What? You realize that a quid is a pound, right?
Yeah. It's funny. I don't want to get into this now, but what is the difference? I don't know the difference between pound and quid.
They're the same.
They're the same? Then well.
It's slang.
Okay. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. It's like you call a buck a dollar.
A dollar a buck?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
There we go. Facts galore.
Yeah, I like it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Obviously, we could have had it. I interrupted it,
Yes.
but we could have had it go through the whole recipe. But then again, with AI, you've got that ability to ask follow-up questions and to say specifically how many eggs and get that answer. So I think that's such a cool thing.
Couple of small downsides, Cory. Number one, in the edit, we should have left the gaps in. That is to say, we're not editing it to remove the wait time between asking the question and getting the answer. Now, this time, the wait time wasn't too bad, but the wait time between talking to the AI and getting the response can vary, and that does affect how realistic it feels when you're talking to it, because obviously, if you're talking to another person, it's going to be a quick back and forth, whereas with the AI, sometimes you're waiting a while. Yeah. So that's one of the downsides. The other downside, of course, Cory, is that when you are using this hands-free, the microphone is always listening, and if you make a noise while it's talking, it's going to cut off the talking because it thinks you're trying to talk to it. And so you can imagine in the kitchen, if you're banging the pots and pans around, like I probably would be doing, then that might actually interrupt how well it's going to work. So
yeah, and I know we've been talking hands-free, and I just want to quickly mention it here. One of the new features they added in this latest beta is a mute button. So you do have the ability to go up and tap mute. So it, in those cases, again, you are losing a bit of hands-free at that point.
Yes.
But you can. The other feature that they've started now is a feature called Walkie Talkie, and that turns it from having to just have voice back and forth, but instead you can tap and hold the speak button, and then when you let go, it will then process what you said and then won't be interrupted. So they do give you a couple other ways to interact. And then the last one really quick is keyboard. And that'll take you to more maybe what you're familiar with BeMyEyes, where you're entering in via the keyboard whatever your questions are.
All right, well, Cory, quick question.
Yes.
Do you have your keys on you? Because I need to get into your office.
No, I've lost them somewhere over the rainbow.
Okay, well, we better get to the end of the rainbow and see if we can find them.
All right, we're now going to find out if Envision Ally can help us find something when we drop it on the floor. I don't know about you, but I know if I drop something, I don't like getting down and doing the crab walk trying to find something on the floor. So I'm going to see if Ally can help us. In this example, I'm using Nigel. If you remember, that is the AI I created. So it's going to be a little bit more curt, I think, and get me my information right away. I'm also going to be using the Walkie Talkie mode, which means I have to tap and hold the speak button when I want to give it instructions. So let's find out where my keys are.
Hold the top button.
Do you see my keys anywhere?
Let me take a look. I don't see any keys in the video. You might want to check around the desks and chairs more closely, as well as any bags or jackets.
I'm going to try pointing it down a little bit more. Maybe I'm missing it. Let's try another picture. Do you see my keys anywhere?
Let me take a look. I don't see any keys in the image. It might be helpful to check any areas where keys tend to fall or blend in, like near the edges of the room or underneath chairs and tables.
I didn't know that that's where keys typically go. Let's try, I'll turn a little bit more. Maybe let's try one more. Do you see my keys on the floor?
Let me take a look. I see something shiny that looks like it could be your keys on the floor. It's near the center of the image. You might want to check there.
Hold the top.
Okay, let's see. About how far away are they?
They appear to be approximately a few feet away from where you are. It's not too far, perhaps just a few steps in front of you.
All right, let's see if we can find them.
Well, we managed to find Cory's keys, so thankfully now he will be able to get into his office and get the bag of Cheetos, which is no doubt in his desk drawer. Cory?
I don't like Cheetos.
Oh, I do though, so hopefully they're there for me.
Cheetos are like the food that keeps on giving. You eat it, and then 10 minutes later, you still got that cheese dust all over your finger.
Yeah, it's like a little snack for later. You're just saving it for later. Yep. Let's hope you wash your hands first, then. That's all I can say. Anyway, the cool thing about it, Cory, was that it did help you not only to identify that your keys were in the picture, but also how far away they were, and then helped get you to the position of the keys so that you could find them.
Yeah, I mean, as we mentioned before, one of the hard things if you drop something, especially being blind or visually impaired, it's very hard to find it. So it was kind of cool to be able to tell where it was. I liked that feature.
Indeed, yes. So some cool uses for the Envision Ally, but Cory, is it the revolution in AI technology that people with vision loss deserve?
Well, that's a good question.
Thank you.
It's the villain, or no, what is it? The hero. It's not the hero you want. It's the hero you need.
No, something to do with deserving.
Because it's the hero Gotham deserves, but not the one it needs right now.
So obviously, some of the things that stands apart, is the ability to be voice only.
Yes.
I like the personality building.
Yeah.
That's different from some of the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
If they start to charge, that changes the picture landscape a little bit for people.
True, but it also depends what features go. In the video, Cory, to give people a bit of behind the scenes here, there was a video that they have that shows certain things, including being able to ask, like, when is my bus? Or was it a train? When is my train? What should I eat at this restaurant? And stuff like that. That shows integration with outside information that isn't currently available.
Yeah.
If it can do that stuff, then I think charging for it makes more sense at that point,
Yeah, I think you're right, because then it is something that's standing it apart from some of the other ones.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's like a lot of the stuff we cover. It worked there. For certain people, it's exactly what they want. For others, it's not what they need.
Yeah.
And so that's why we are here, Luke.
Indeed.
We are here to show you and tell you
and
this
then
is
you
what
can
you
decide.
Need. Nope, we decide for you.
Okay.
We decide for you what you want and what you need.
There you go. At the moment, the big draw is the personalities and the hands-free, and that's basically it at the moment. So if that sounds appealing, Cory, I believe that people can sign up for the beta through the website.
Yeah, head over to their website and you'll be able to find the beta sign up.
Yeah.
I don't know when, this is January 10th as we are shooting today.
Yes.
It'll release in
on the
23rd.
Good point. Yeah.
But anywho, things obviously being beta, they may change. They will be different from when it actually releases. So head over to their Envision's website. You'll get all the information that you need.
Also, shameless plug, we already did a video, as we mentioned, on Envision Ally on the computer. So check out that video. Jonathan, if you put a card in there for us, check out that video, and that one will give you an idea how it works on PC. And also put down in the comments, Cory, whether you, not you, I mean, I don't mean you, Cory, because I know about you, but our audience out there, put down in the comments whether you are all using Envision Ally, the beta, or whether you're using the Envision app, or what you think about the app that was shown.
Are you using the Envision glasses?
Yes.
I'd be curious. And then also throw down what is your favorite, tell us about the personalities you've created. I think that's kind of fun. In our last video, ours said buddy a lot, and she meowed often.
That's cool,
So let us know if you've done anything funny like that.
Also, if anybody can tell us how much a pound cake weighs, put it in the comments, and there may be a prize.
Or how much it costs in England. We are on the grind to 6,000 subscribers. Producer Jonathan has got himself a little contest that he started between us three here.
Yes.
When are we going to hit 6,000 subscribers? We're all looking at the end of February or early March 2025, but prove us wrong and get us there in the next couple weeks.
So what you're saying is smash the like button, hit the notifications bell, and then subscribe to the channel. That's
all of those things are exactly what you should be doing. Envision Ally told us to tell you that you need to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications.
And if you do like our content, well, there is more content. Go to our learning management system, aka LMS, and you will find some webinars there designed for professionals in the field, and you can watch those. And then if you answer a quick quiz afterwards, you can earn free on-demand ACVREP
Did you say
credits.
free?
I said free, and I said on-demand as it happens. So if you need those, if you are a CATIS or a comms, or if you are, any of those other ACVREP certifications, then why not head on over to the LMS. Cory, what is the URL?
techconnect.vision-forward.org, techconnect.vision-forward.org.
Yep.
We also do a live show every other Thursday, and you can find it here on our YouTube channel, 11 a.m. Central Time.
And the one coming up, Cory, will be about InnoSearch.ai.
Yes, and that will be on January 30th. You should see one.
Yeah, so that's some kind of browser thing that helps people with vision loss shop. I don't know too much about it at the moment, but we're going to find out all about it. So join us 11 a.m. Central on the 30th. Why not?
We also have a podcast. If you don't want to join us live for that live show, that seems kind of weird, or you just don't want to look at us, you can do a search in your podcast app of choice. Look for Vision Forward Tech Connect. You'll find our podcast. Go ahead and subscribe, listen, enjoy, have fun, be merry, have a great 2025. Find all of your resolutions. I hope they come true.
Okay, this is getting extreme. I think it's time to say goodbye.
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 Yep, we're good to go. Okay, ready? Yep. Oh no!